Hi guys, thank you for joining me. We will make a start. It's John here from Xpos. Just want to double check before we get started. Got a few guys on the call. We do record all of our Friday freebie sessions. So after the sessions, they get uploaded into the cloud system. So obviously, by all means, if you guys need any references or anyone else following, then you'll be able to access them via the cloud system, and I'll show you where that is this afternoon. We're going to actually cover three topics today on the call. First of all, we're going to look at our new universal search in cloud, which is a great new feature that we launched a few weeks ago. Just want to bring that to everyone's attention because not everybody is aware of this feature, and I think it's fantastic. We're then going to revisit something that I did quite recent, but it's actually a topic that I believe is really useful to go over a few times. This is how to create your own products, so single products and product ranges. These are items that sometimes are a bit tricky where you've got some items that just aren't in Xcodes because maybe you've got them from a local supplier or something like that. So I'm going to cover how you deal with those items, how you can add price breaks to golf balls as well. We'll cover within that, so a little bit of product editing. And then finally, we'll finish up today with one of my favorites, which is selling gift vouchers. So everybody in golf tends to sell vouchers through the golf shop, but there's lots of different ways that you can use Xpos to sell your vouchers. So we're going to cover those three topics right at the end as well, as I mentioned. We will then look at any questions that you guys have got, and then hopefully we can answer those. Have a great weekend and the weekend style. Okay, so to get started then, I'm just going to load up my my cloud system. So I just mentioned at the start the new universal search. So this is a feature that we've built into the cloud system a few weeks back. And if you're not already aware, we've got this search bar at the top of the cloud screen now. So this search bar, I'm just going to go down the left-hand side. You'll notice any screen I'm in, you still see the same search here. So I'm just, apologies here. So you'll notice that I'm in lots of different screens here, and I've got this little search bar at the top. So how does that help you? So I'll give you an example then. So I'm in this screen here, and I realize that I want to search for a customer. Customer rings me and says, John, I want to get on your Caddy app, but I can't seem to be able to access the app. And I said, you know what, I'll check your email, see if your email's correct. So rather than go to your customer screen or the sales screen and search for a customer, I can actually just type in John's name here, or type in the word John, and you'll now be able here to just tap on the name. And in here, I can either view the customer statement or I can edit the customer. So here I could sort of change some details and what have you. So this is a really useful search here. Another one, I want to just do my quick keys. So quick keys, if you don't already know, settings, sales, and quick products. Make it a little bit quicker. I could just type in the word quick, tap on my quick keys. I'm in the quick key sales screen. I can add a new quick key. Finally, it might be we want to search for a product. So let's have a little look in here. There we go. Type in Epic Glove, edit the product. I'm straight in the product screen itself. So as you can see there, it's a great feature. It's a shortcut for the left-hand sidebar. Really, it's a useful tool for staff. I definitely recommend using that one. Like I say, we've only released it recently, so if you weren't already aware before, because you haven't seen this out, I would have a little play around with this yourself. But like I say, end of day, you finish making a sale, you want to cash up, you can type in reports, tap on the report button, takes you straight to your end of day reporting. Really useful. The next one I'm going to talk about then, we'll just spend a few moments, is products. So I did touch on this a few weeks back, but I think it's really useful just to go back through, because we've had lots of feedback on, I can create a product, but how do I create a product range where I've got different sizes and colors? So I just thought it was good today, just before the season starts, where you get lots of your products in now, to just sort of revisit that. So I'm just going to go in first of all. We've been in stock control, we've zapped a barcode or something. It's for, the item's not in Xcodes. I need to put it in the system. So I'm just going to go into my product screen now then. So products is where all of my products are located. And at the top right here, I'm going to add a product. So first of all, I'm just going to do a product, which is a lake ball. This lake ball is a one-off item. There's no different sizes or colors, not size in a ball. No different colors available here. So it's just a one-off item. And I'm going to assign it against the brand I bought it from. So because it's lake balls, I'm going to put it into my Pro Shop brand because it's a mixture of brands. And I'm going to put it into the balls category here. Now, this product is a one-off item, so I'm just going to put the cost price. So these cost me 50 pence, and I'm going to put in my sale price here. So it just pop something in there. So popped in my cost price, my sale price. Now, over on the right-hand side, just to mention a few products areas here. So product image. So this is actually something I'm going to cover in 2 weeks' time. We're going to do a session on Caddy app, but this really is about if you wanted this product to show with a photo in the future in the sales screen, the stock screen, or in Caddy app, you can actually add an image to the product here. And this is something we'll cover, as I mentioned, on the next Friday freebie in 2 weeks. If you didn't want this product to show in any particular platform, so you could hide it from the app, it won't show in the app, and so on. These boxes down here, Capture Customer is, I would say, recommended for products like GPS or electric trolleys. It means that in the sales screen, the customer name, once you select the product, will automatically come up, and then the customer box, so you can select the customer. Serial numbers, that's more related to electric trolleys. You can add the number in against the sale in the system, which logs it in the system. And then force print receipt, potentially not used much now with email receipts, but again, it might be that you have to give a receipt for green fees. You could have that box ticked. And then we've got a couple of other bits here. So variable price, this product is a fixed item. It's a lake ball, so this will have a fixed price, but you might have a repairs service button in your system for those repairs like loft and lie, regripping, a fee for regripping potentially, or cutting a shaft down. That price changes every time. Gift vouchers, for example, a variable price. Zero cost. This item has got a cost, but your green fees, lessons, trolley hire, potentially there's no cost to those, so that box would be ticked. And then zero stock. So this item again is lake balls. There is stock. If this item was a service item like a green fee or lesson, it wouldn't be stock against it. You would tick zero stock. The one thing I want to mention is if you select zero stock on an item and then create the item, or you don't tick zero stock and you create it, you can't then go back and edit it later because you have actually created it under those parameters. So you'd have to actually archive that item and create a new item. So what I mean by that is if you created your lessons and didn't tick zero stock and then press save, you wouldn't then later be able to go and make that a zero stock. You'd have to actually create those items again. At this point though, yeah, I've got my golf ball here. It's a lake ball, got a cost price, sale price. I'm just going to tap save and I'll get this message. Would I like to stock it in? And I can now put in my in stock. So nice, easy one there. That's a single item. So how do you deal with an item where you've got different sizes and colors? So this time, it's not a golf ball. This time it's a polo shirt. So this polo comes in 3 different colors, lots of different sizes. And I want to track them in Xpos, but they're not in Xcodes because I've bought it from a local supplier. So we go up to add product again, and I'm going to just pop in the name. Just pop a little bit of a name in here. I'm going to pop the brand that this item's from. So I've got this item from Adidas. And in here, I'm just going to pop in, I'll just do shirts men's for this one today. Probably doing the longer search here. Could actually just type the letter S in to make that quicker, but shirts men's. Now this time, I'm not going to put a price in yet. I'm actually going to tick on attribute. I'm going to add an attribute here called size. And then I'm going to add new. Now, because I've used the system before with Adidas, I've got my attributes that I've had in the past. They have been saved, so you may have these. So if your attributes, your sizes are the same as these, you can save them. If they're not, you can bin them and just type your own. This one, the only one I need to add is a double XL. And I'm just going to tap confirm. Now I've got my sizes, but I've actually sold this product in a couple of different colors. So I'm going to add a new attribute called color. And again, I have got some colors, but actually these aren't my colors I stock. I actually have it in black and navy. So what we should see now at the bottom here is we should see lots of different variants here. So we should have my five sizes, 2 colors. So we should have around about 10 different options, as you can see. Now, pricing, if they all have the same cost price, which generally happens, you would put your cost price at the top here. You'll get this little message, tap yes, and that now applies the price to all of the different variants. The same goes for my sale price. I'm going to pop it at the top here. Where would you maybe, or why would you want to change the individual ones? It might be that in the future, you might want to reduce the black down just cheaper, or you might charge more for the navy because it's more popular for you. It makes you a bit more money. You can actually individually put the prices in. So use the top if it applies to all of them. You can individually change the prices. It might be that one color has got a more expensive cost price than the other color because maybe you had a special deal on buying a certain color. This item here, because it's a polo shirt, if it did come with the barcodes on it, but they weren't in Xcodes, you can simply click on this barcode button and add the barcodes against the relevant sizes. If they don't have barcodes though, not a problem. You can obviously print labels in a moment. So at this point, I'm just going to tap save. Would you like to stock them in? I'll just stock them in here. And now at this point, we'll see all the different sizes here. So I'm just going to put in the ones that I've got in stock today. And complete. And that's it. So if we just search for my item here, we should see that I've got 10 in stock. We're looking at what we call the product range. So if I select the product and go to variant view, we should see a drop down, which should break down and show you the sizes I have in stock against each individual one. So this gives you a little bit of a view of if a customer's maybe asking, what have you got in stock in a certain product? If you've got a lot of stock in your stock room, because not every golf shop's, got a lot of space on the shop floor, you can see, do you know what, I should have 2 of these in a medium navy, so it's worth me looking in the stock room. So, it's a good thing sometimes that it'll give you an idea of what you've actually got out the back as well, which is obviously quite useful when you're searching, especially when it comes to golf shoes. This is a really, really handy one because you can say, yeah, I should have a pair of size 12 at the back. I'll go and have a check for you. So that's obviously, we just looked there at single product variant. Just a couple of bits. I'm sure you guys have looked at the areas, the different functions here. But if I search, just going to show you a second at an item here. So my glove, I've got an Adidas glove here. Just to point out, we have got a product history at the top. So this is where you can view the history of any product in the system. So it might be that you think, actually, I didn't think I've got 14 in stock. I thought I had a lot less or a lot more than that. Or you've got an item in a negative stock and you want to wonder why it is in negative. You can click on product history and this will actually show you the full transactions of the product. At the moment, because I've had no movement within these dates, you do need to, like mine here, I'm just going to whack it back a few months, select a bigger date range. Because at the moment you're only viewing those dates between. So I've just put a longer date. As we can see here, I've got some stock-ins, but I've never sold this item. But obviously I've got 14 of that in stock, which is obviously my stock level. If you had sales, refunds, or stock outs, they would also display here. So this is why when it comes to an item in negative, it's really, really useful to be able to see. You can also click on these little hyperlinks in here. And these little hyperlinks on the left-hand side, anything in blue in the whole system, you can click on and it'll actually take you directly to what happened in that screen. So where that was part of a delivery. So here we can see the delivery in the system. All right then. So we covered 2 of the topics here. The final one for today, we're going to have a look at gift vouchers. So gift vouchers, I do get varying golf shops. So everyone sells vouchers in a very similar way. So this is vouchers where customers come in and want to buy a voucher from the golf shop. So we've got a few different scenarios I'm going to give you for sort of 10 minutes. One of them is we're going to go through how to create, sell, and redeem a voucher. I'm going to show you the different options that you have for a voucher to sell in Xpos, and then we will then cover what happens when you have a voucher where you haven't actually sold it in Xpos, but you need to redeem it in Xpos. So this is very common where potentially for new customers where you've used a previous EPOS system, you've moved to Xpos, but you need to redeem a voucher that you sold 6 months ago in a different system that was never sold in Xpos. So I'll cover that one at the end as well. So first off then, we're going to go into our product screen, and down the bottom in here, we've got a button called Voucher. So this is where, in effect, this is a product screen for vouchers. This is where whatever you create, whatever you add and create in here will be able to be sold in the sales screen of Xpos. So I've actually got 2 vouchers in my system. I haven't got a receipt printer attached to my computer, and it probably wouldn't be the best one to show you guys as a demo, so I haven't got receipt voucher in. But the options in Xpos is a receipt voucher, which would print a receipt with a barcode that is scannable. That's quite popular where people have little wallets and they can put the receipt into a wallet, hand it as a gift, and then for you guys in your shops, when you redeem that, you would just zap the barcode on that actual voucher to redeem the balance. I'm going to show you guys these 2 that I do have today. So the first one is pre-printed. I'm going to just show you what that looks like. So I've just named a voucher pre-printed. It's gone into my voucher brand. I mean, this generally could be the shop brand. It doesn't have to be voucher brand. That's just what mine is. Subgroup is vouchers. That's set against, in my system, just pop in here, it's set against 0 VAT. So the VAT isn't applied at the point of sale. It's applied when the voucher's redeemed. And then over on the right-hand side, I've ticked pre-printed. That in the sales screen, Xpos is clever enough to know what's going to happen when I sell that. So I'm expecting it to ask me to put a number in the system. So we'll see with that. And over on here, I'll pop in my expiry date. It works out in days. So some places have long expiry dates. I know over in Ireland, it's 5 years. You might want to put in, I think it's like 1700 or something days in that, but quick calculation you can pop in. If you wanted to capture a customer for all your voucher sales, you can tick the box. If you wanted to print a receipt still to hand next to the voucher as a sales receipt, you can do that as well. But that's my nice basic voucher in here that I've got. Payment rules, if people aren't aware, payment rules is where you can set a bunch of payments to say, in my shop, for example, I take green fees for my golf club, Mill Lane Golf Club, and I don't want the voucher to be used on that, so I won't tick it. That means that a staff member can't redeem a voucher against a green fee. If you do allow it, I can simply tick it here, but I'm not going to allow it in my shop. Okay then, so what you do then once you've created your vouchers, so in my system, I've obviously got the 2 there. I've got the pre-printed and email. In sales and quick products, we've got 2 vouchers. You can see here, I've got a pre-printed and an email. So I would always recommend making your vouchers a quick key. Sometimes people say, I can't sell a voucher. I've created it, but it doesn't show up in the sales screen. That's probably because you haven't added it as a quick key yet. So I'm going to pop out of that a second and go into my sales screen. So in the sales screen then, so first of all, just to mention, if that voucher wasn't a quick key, you can still type the name in here, voucher, and you will still get a list of all your vouchers. So you can still sell them. So if vouchers, don't get me wrong, aren't that popular in your business and you only sell them once a month, you might not want to have them as a quick key. I'm actually going to close this though, and I'm going to sell mine using my quick buttons today. So right then, let's do a little demo of both of these then. So first off, the pre-printed. So pre-printed. Now on the left-hand side, these will need to be, you will need a number or a reference on your vouchers. I'm going to actually sell mine with the number 5555. That's the number on my book of vouchers, which is stamped on it. If you haven't got any reference numbers, I definitely recommend numbering all those vouchers, or at least having a sequence. So when you print it off a receipt, off an A4 printer, you know what sequence of number to put on. You could use the customer's initials and the date or something like that if you like. It's just obviously you do need to know what it is for when the customer redeems it. So having the number on the voucher, I think, is key. I'm going to sell this voucher today, £50, and that is it. So I've got my voucher. I could sell some other products, but I'm not going to here. I definitely would recommend adding a customer against this as well, just because then if somebody loses it, you can track it against their account. For my purpose here, I'm just going to put this sale through though today. So press pay, and I'll do this as a cash sale. Now, if I go to my reports, I'm just going to show you here, voucher sales. So in voucher sales, you'll be able to see now that we should have a number logged 55555 and it's got £50 balance. I'm showing you that, number one, because you might want to see for your accountant a liability at a set time of the year for what your vouchers are that you're liable for. But also as well, it might be that the customer loses the voucher. I mean, potentially a bit like a cash money, you're not actually liable as such, but I mean, obviously I'm kind and I'd want to try and think that I would let a customer redeem it if I could find it. That's where you could have a look. The reason I said about before using an account is you could actually look by date and time and look on the person's account and go, actually, yeah, I know that's yours. Have a search in here and you can find it like I've done. Couple of little tips. If a customer comes in and says, John, I've got a voucher, can you let me know what the balance is and when it expires? You've got this little button here. And then I'm going to pop my number in. And there we go. John, you've got £50 balance, expires in 2025. You're good to go. Although try and encourage him to spend it now. Sales screen, you have also got the check voucher down the bottom here, and you can put the code in again onto that screen. So how do you redeem a voucher? So you simply would zap the goods the customer's buying. I'm just going to put a few items in here. Press pay. And then we've got a voucher button here that I'm going to press. And I'll simply put my code in. Oops, didn't actually put the whole bit. There we go. Part searches as well. There's a nice useful one. And then tap on it on the screen. And there you go. It's took £50. Now, if the customer had another voucher, I would just repeat that process again. And you would press the same button, put that number in and redeem it. I do get asked a lot of the time, how do you put a voucher onto someone's account? So this time I'll complete this process. So I'm going to search for my customer here. I got Tom Jones. There we go. Tom, he wants to put his voucher on his account. So we're going to do a credit for the value of the voucher. So this now, if they had 2 or 3 vouchers, would be the total value of all of those combined. So if they had £350, it would be 150. Today, I've got one £50 voucher. Press pay, voucher, pop the number in. And there we go, that's redeemed. So if I actually go back and search for Tom's account now and view his statement, we should see on his statement, it's probably going to be right at the bottom if I go to the end page. Nope, back one. Should see that there's a credit here, £50 voucher onto Tom's account. So we can see that nice. And if I wanted to, I could tap send by email, and that's just popped an email off to Tom with his statement. So obviously that's the date of that statement here. Just popped a little email off to him. I'll go very quick, because obviously I didn't realize time's flying by. We'll just do a email voucher now. Email vouchers then, tap on the voucher. One thing I would mention is it's quite useful in here that you can, in the email voucher, you would put the recipient or the person buying it probably wants it sent to them. So at this point here, if you have a customer in the sales screen like I've got, what you can do is you can tick this little box that says send to recipient. That will automatically put the email address that's against that member's account into the sale. Obviously, if they haven't got an email address in their account, it won't do it, but it will for me. And I'm just going to put in John, and I'll just put Happy Friday. And then confirm. So it's a little bit of a personalized message, happy birthday or something to somebody. And then, oops, sorry, I didn't actually put a value in here. That's fantastic, isn't it? There we go. Press pay, and this person's paying by card. And there we go. So just check my emails. I did do one earlier, so just for speed today, you can see actually there's the receipt actually for the voucher for Tom's account actually that I sent over. So I've got a couple pop up. I'm just gonna download my pictures, and there you go. There's my voucher there popped over. So the idea with the voucher now, there we go. I've got a few little bits here that I just had through for the last couple of sales. There we go. So this is the email receipts that Tom is actually set up for in his account. So you can see it's pretty instant there. Just for the purpose of what we're doing, I haven't got my scanner plugged in here, but what you would do then for this one is in the screen, you would pop the items in that the person's maybe buying. Let me pop a few bits in here. Just put it over that value. When you press voucher, if it's an email voucher, you would simply zap the barcode off that there. So the person can actually zap the bar, they can show you the voucher on their mobile phone, and you could actually just zap the barcode directly off their phone. So email vouchers, if I'm honest, are brilliant because of the fact that, you don't need to print anything off, and you could actually just, save you guys having to buy paper and things or buy actual vouchers. You can just use the email system. If a member ever loses the email, there is a button to tick to resend email. It's a really nice little feature. Just to finish off here then, on the vouchers, before we just go to any questions here, we're just going to go back. So what do you do with vouchers? You've joined Xpos recently, and you've got a bunch of vouchers that need to be redeemed in Xpos that have never been sold. So you're using a new different EPOS system up to join an Xpos. So you need a way of being able to redeem vouchers in the system. How do you do that? So you would go into sales and third-party payment providers. Now in here, I've got a bunch already in here. I'm just going to create one more. And in here, I'm just going to create a I'll call it pre-Xpos voucher or vouchers. We could say, do you want to put a reference in or not? I'm going to say optional. Now, a voucher isn't bankable. If you had cash, backs, American Express, eBay, they would all generally be bankable. Anything like a voucher, GUI voucher, comp price that I've got here, they're non-bankable. I will just double check my payments. So I'm going to tick those to just say I can use it in the golf shop, but not against club products. So simply for this voucher now then, a member comes in and says, John, can I use this voucher as part of the payment? I've got a £20 voucher here. I look at it and I realize that it's a voucher from before that, it hasn't been sold in Xpos. So to redeem that voucher now then, this time, this £20 voucher, instead of using this voucher button, I'm actually going to use this pre-Xpos one. So this third party button. So I'm going to go, I know that this voucher's got a reference on it. So I'll put in the reference, and then you would enter the value of that voucher. I know it says £20 on it. And then I'm just going to finish it off. John's going to pay the rest by cash. And that's it done. For that third party, if we go into the reports and you've got third party payments, you will be able to see all the payments for those third parties. So we should see in here now a voucher with the word Friday against it, because that's the reference I used, for £20. So if the golf club or yourself want to reconcile this in the future, you could just select all of the pre-printed vouchers for that reference for that site, for each month or each week, and you'll get a list of all the vouchers redeemed, which I think is really, really useful feature. That's it from me. We've got literally 2 minutes left at the end, guys. So I'll just open it up and see everyone who's on the call. But has anyone got any? Maybe if you say your name first, and then obviously we'll go. But has anyone got any questions there before we finish here?
Hi, John. Sanjay March at Bring. Not so much a question, just something I've noticed in sort of stocking in spring/summer products through Under Armour. Yeah. When you scan the code in and when you print the barcode label, it prints all the sizes on the barcode label. With the size of the product that you're looking for being the first one of them, but lists everything else after it.
Yeah, I think you've got a bit of an anomaly there. Yeah, we'll bring yours off this session just because it is a good question. Have you spoke to the guys in our support with that one?
I haven't done yet on that one.
Right, okay, right. What we'll do, as soon as we finished here, I'll give you a bell and we'll pick that one up. That's okay. So that's fine. Yeah, that isn't something that should happen, and it's yeah, that's fine. I think it's something we picked up on this week. Has anyone else got any questions at all there? No, we're all good. Well, I'll leave it with that. I will, like I say, I will give you a little bell in a moment. And thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate the next Friday freebie. We will be going through the XCaddy app. So this will be introduction with myself and Jules, our marketing manager. We'll be looking at some hints and tips, how to add products in the app that haven't got barcodes, how to add your staff in, how to market this to your customers, and also the best way to manage your reserve and collect. Well, thank you for your time, guys, and have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you soon.